Hey everyone, welcome back. For those of you who are new here, my name is Brittany. I'm a health coach and nutritionist, and my channel is all about helping you to create delicious, low FODMAP meals to improve your digestive health. If you're into it, go ahead and subscribe for more low FODMAP recipe tutorials. Okay, so today we are making Swedish meatballs, which is one of my favorite dishes. I know as a kid, I ate the Swedish meatballs by Lean Cuisine all the time. It's one of my favorites, but in retrospect, it wasn't very good. But it did inspire me to make this recipe. This dish combines beef and pork to create a super savory meatball that's served in a rich and slightly tangy gravy made with nutmeg and allspice, which gives it a bold, earthy flavor and a layer of warmth that makes it the perfect comfort food. So to make this recipe low FODMAP, we are going to be using a few specialty ingredients today. The first of those being gluten-free flour. I'm using Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 gluten-free baking flour today, but you can use any gluten-free flour that you have on hand. We're also going to be using FODdy chicken soup base. You guys know I love this stuff. Chicken stock is so important when it comes to building up flavor in a dish. I love the flavor of this stock concentrate, and I love having it in powder form, which makes it super convenient to store and stock up on. I highly recommend picking some of this stuff up if you plan on trying the low FODMAP diet. We're also going to be using Worcestershire sauce to punch up the umami flavor in this dish. I prefer this gluten-free Worcestershire sauce from Juan Jiashan. The low FODMAP serving for Worcestershire is 2 tablespoons, which is the total amount we're going to be using in our recipe today. We're also going to be using spicy brown mustard today. I'm not too picky about my mustard as long as it doesn't contain garlic, onion, or a lot of weird preservatives. When reading ingredient labels, remember that the term spices is low FODMAP, but natural flavors is not. We're also going to be using gluten-free breadcrumbs today. I have these ones from 4C, but you can use any gluten-free breadcrumb that you have on hand. All right, guys, well, I'm super excited to share this recipe with you, so let's get started. We're going to start by finely mincing a handful of each green onion and parsley. Add 2 tablespoons of these fresh herbs to a large mixing bowl, along with 1 pound of ground beef, 1 pound of ground pork, and 2 eggs. We're also going to add half a cup of gluten-free breadcrumbs, and half a teaspoon of allspice and nutmeg. Now it's time to roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty. Once these ingredients are well combined, you're going to roll them into small meatballs about the size of a golf ball. I prefer smaller meatballs because they cook faster. Just be careful not to roll your meatballs too tightly. This will make them too dense and feel tough. I love this recipe for its use of medicinal spices. Allspice has been shown to relieve pain, ease stomach upset, and kill bacteria and fungus, while nutmeg has both antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, as well as the ability to reduce blood sugar levels and enhance pancreatic function, giving it an anti-diabetic effect. Okay, now that we've rolled all of our meatballs, let's head over to the stove and cook them up. Start by preheating a large saute pan over medium-high heat. I'm using a stainless steel one here today, so I'm going to start by melting in a tablespoon of butter. If you're using a nonstick pan, feel free to skip this step. Next, we're going to add our meatballs in batches, being careful not to crowd the meatballs. This will prevent them from browning properly. I like to cover my meatballs and swirl the pan every few minutes because I feel it not only cooks the meatballs faster, but it also helps to keep them moist and preserves their round shape, while efficiently searing them on all sides. Once your meatballs are set and have a nice browning, set them aside. I like to use the same bowl. It makes less dishes and you don't have to worry because we're not finished cooking them. Now that we're finished searing our meatballs, let's start on the gravy. Oops, start a grease fire. Keep your pan over medium-high heat and add 3 tablespoons of butter or ghee. And scrape up all the crispy meat bits with a wooden spoon. This is going to help flavor your sauce. If you want to keep this dish dairy-free, feel free to use coconut oil or tallow. Next, sprinkle in 1/3 cup of gluten-free flour to form a roux. Cook for 3 to 4 minutes until your roux is nice and frothy and a light golden brown. It will start to give off an amazing, slightly nutty smell, almost like fresh baked pie crust. Warning, do not step away from your roux. They burn very easily. In fact, keep a cup of water handy for the next step, which is to slowly whisk in 2.5 cups of water, carefully avoiding any clumps. Now we're going to add the rest of our ingredients while we bring our roux up to a simmer. We're using 1 tablespoon of FODMAP chicken soup base today, 3/4 of a teaspoon of allspice and nutmeg. If you're sensitive to nightshades, skip the allspice and use 3/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon and 3/8 of a teaspoon of cloves instead. We're also going to add 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire, and 2 tablespoons of spicy brown mustard. Lastly, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. Again, if you wanted to keep this dairy-free, you can substitute coconut cream. All the flavors. Now we're just going to give it a good stir until it's well combined. Okay, now let's add our meatballs back to the pan, cover it, reduce the heat to medium-low, and simmer our Swedish meatballs for 15 minutes. To finish it up, we're going to turn off the heat and give it a taste to adjust for salt. I think this needs about 3/4 of a teaspoon. I'm also going to add a handful of chopped parsley and green onion just before serving it up. I like to serve these meatballs over a bed of gluten-free pasta or mashed potatoes, like the ones I have here, and top with a generous scoop of gravy and a pinch of parsley. All right, guys, it's been a really long shoot day and I am starving. I am so excited to try this right now. Well, not try it, I've eaten it many times, but it's one of my favorites. Get some of these mashed potatoes. God, this gravy is just amazing. I just love the flavor of this gravy. It's got like a little bit of tang from the mustard and the Worcestershire. And then it has like the allspice and the nutmeg coming through, which is really nice because I feel like it's a different flavor than we're used to working with or like eating here in Southern California. And this dish is just so, it's just so rich and comforting. I feel like it would feel right at home in like the Midwest or the Northeast. And then we cut into our meatball. We see here it's still like a little bit pink, which is perfect. It's exactly what I want. It's gonna be nice and juicy. And that's why we only cook it a little bit on the outside and then finish by poaching it in the sauce. So juicy and tender. And it has a lot of like freshness coming through from the parsley, nice green onion flavor. I love doing my meatballs this way, but if you guys prefer baking them in the oven, feel free to do that. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're excited to try this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Those are the same thing. Do them both. Go ahead and subscribe if you want more low FODMAP recipe tutorials in your life, and go check me out on Instagram where I post. All right, thanks again for watching, guys. See you next time.